Okay, this is a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. I used to own a video production company, something I've thought about for like the last 10 years. Why ads made for social media are by and large absolute trash. 5 main reasons. The last one, my life's mission to get both freelance video producers and brands to understand it. So stay tuned for that one. Also, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Number 1, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. You've heard this said before. A lot of times at a brand, like the CEO wants in on the final cut, on the coloring, on the font. Just getting kind of too distracted by all of the details of the stuff. Just too many people to try to convince. Like, it's hard enough as a solo video content creator producer to try to convince one person that you know what you're talking about and you were hired for this reason to produce a piece of content that generates sales. It's even harder to try to convince like 4 people, and oftentimes you don't even get to talk to them. They're just on an email chain. If you're a brand, please, like 1, maybe 2 people on the team who are gonna approve the content. That bleeds into my second one, that the decision makers should not be. Again, you hired this person who works in this space to go and create video content for you with messaging that's gonna drive sales, funds, impact, like whatever it is you're doing in this video, tell the story properly. They either know what they're doing or you should not have hired them. It's one or the other. So often I see people who are in roles that are overseeing creative who just have maybe an old school mindset or more traditional advertising experience / education. A lot of the decisions that we make now are not the decisions that we made in the past. Like core concepts, pillars, sure. But when it comes to pacing on editing, when it comes to music choice, when it comes to what to focus on in order to make an ad good versus like what is kind of now obsolete, I feel like those are getting flip-flopped a lot. Brands, try to trust the person that you hired to do this. Content creators, please just like stand up for yourself. Please push back so that so many ads don't get put out where you can just tell like, yeah, that was the wrong decision and I bet that wasn't even the video maker's decision. I bet they just had to they had to change it. Number 3 is not enough swings or no iteration or just the one and done mentality. I don't know how this is still happening, but somehow local businesses or the types of videos that solo content creators end up creating for companies, they still have this mindset where it's like, we're gonna release 1 video every quarter, every 6 months, every year. What that ends up doing is putting all of this emphasis on, again, the wrong things. This video has to be absolutely perfect and it has to last for a year. It needs to be timeless. I'm all for timelessness of like, you know, when it comes to organic, evergreen content, but when it comes to paid ads that are meant to drive results, like if your company isn't growing and shifting over the course of the next year, like culture surely is, technology surely is, everything's changing constantly. The idea that you're gonna just do 1 video, put all your eggs in that 1 basket, that is not, you know that. You know that from a business perspective that it's not a good idea to put all your eggs in 1 basket. Content creation, video, now in 2023 is like an ever-changing, alive process, ever-changing, constantly changing. Partnering with a content creator who like understands your messaging can continue to tell that story over and over again in different ways to make it fit culturally. Like that's the focus you should have. Not a focus on let's spend a crazy amount of money to produce 1 piece of content that is perfect. Like even if it was perfect right then, which because of 1 and 2, it's probably not, but even if it was, it's probably not gonna be the perfect piece of content for 2 months from now. Definitely not a year from now. Number 4 is a brand ends up trying to be something that it's not. The fake-o-meter now that everybody on the internet has is just like at a place it's never been before. Your audience is so good at feeling whether you are real or fake in every single touch. From video marketing to email to in-person experience. Like, if there's any sign, any little hint of this isn't real, that is a quick out. Before I get to number 5, let me tell you about Squarespace, the sponsor of this video. There's 3 main reasons I love Squarespace. 1, they support creators on YouTube like no other company I've ever seen. 2, it's very fast and easy to just get a professional looking website up. 3, it's easy to iterate on that website. Like, you can just go in and make a change or add a picture or put a blog post in like 15 minutes. It's so easy to iterate and grow. Fantastic professional templates, schedule appointments right on your site, create a shop and sell stuff right on your website. Something I always forget to mention is the analytics app on phone is just really great for checking your traffic and what pages are hitting, what links are getting clicked, all of that. If you want to try it out, go to squarespace.com/CodyWarner, and then when you're ready to buy, use the code CodyWarner to get 10% off your first purchase. Number 5, my thesis, I call competing with Ford. And this is on content creators as much as it's on brands. Here's what ends up happening. Someone like me gets a camera like this, and it's nice, it costs a couple $1,000s, a nice lens, some good audio, we figure out lighting, we figure out how to do stuff, maybe we went to school for it, whatever, and we think, all right, I'm gonna make commercials. I'm gonna make commercials, I'm gonna make ads for social media. And here's what happens. We look at the cream of the crop, the best of the best, multi-million-dollar budget commercials. And we think, man, that's the precipice. Like, that's what we're going for. That's what we want to create. We storyboard something out, we script something out, and then we take our couple $1,000s worth of gear, maybe tens of thousands of dollars worth of gear. We go and we try to compete with Ford. What happens when you use a camera like this with talent that you sourced most likely from whoever knows the company, sets that aren't locked down, with almost no budget for any of post-production? You make a commercial that is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it is nowhere near the level of a Ford commercial. So what you've done is you've put yourself in the same playing field as Ford, and you've come up short. Now, I want to posit to you what you can do instead of competing with Ford. And that is compete with every mother, brother, son, father who has an iPhone. If you make what I call user-generated content style ads or vlog style ads that feel gritty, that feel a little bit raw and unfiltered, and you create a community with them because you release more than one every quarter. You're releasing maybe, let's say, 2 a week, 2 videos a week. Or if these are paid ads, you're running multiple paid ads that have that feel, that maybe they are shot on a cell phone, but they're well thought out and they feel real and genuine, and they have a message, and maybe they have a story arc. What you end up doing is now you're no longer competing with Ford. You're not playing the same game as Ford. You're playing a different game, and you're winning at that game. You're coming out on top. You're delivering something that people are comparing to TikTok and Instagram and like what they see all over Facebook. So now you're coming out on top. You're spending less money. You're using probably less gear. You're putting less pressure on every single video because you know that this is part of a catalog. It's an iterative process. So instead of over-promising and under-delivering, now you're under-promising and over-delivering. That's how you stop competing with Ford. All right, let's get this thing.